those faces. This is Hadith of Holy Prophet. This is Hadith of Holy Prophet. Iltamisul khair min hisanil wujuh. Go and find the khair, the guidance, my blessings, my mercy from beautiful faces. Which are the beautiful faces? Holy Prophet ﷺ stated, Ala unabbiukum bi khiyarikum. The companion said, should I tell you who are the people, the beautiful people, who are the blessed people, who are the favored people, the beautiful people, the best of you? Who are the best people? Holy Prophet says, khiyarukumul ladhina idha ru'u dhukirallah. The beautiful faces, the best of the people are those, if you see them, you remember Almighty Allah. Their ziyarah, seeing them will remember you Allah. Seeing them becomes the cause of remembrance of Almighty Allah. That's why their path and their lives have been declared to be the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And this hadith is narrated by Asma bint Yazid, has been mentioned in Sunan Ibn Majah. Sunan Ibn Majah, volume 2, and hadith number is 4109. Again it is stated, Holy Prophet ﷺ asked, Ala ukhbirukum bi khiyarikum? Should I inform you about the people who are known to be khiyar, the best, the pious, the blessed, the favored people, the beautiful faces, spiritually blessed faces? He said, yes. Again said, Alladhina idha ru'u dhukirallah. These are the people, if you see them, if you see their faces, they will remind you Allah. Their face reminds you face of Allah. Their face reminds you face of Allah. Their face reminds you Wajhullah. Again, this is in Musnad Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, volume 6, in hadith number is 27,640. 27,640. The same hadith, now just give you the reference. And Abdul Rahman again says, Khiyaru ibadillahi alladhina idha ru'u dhukirallah. The best of Allah's servants, the best of the people are, if you see them, their faces remind you of Allah. The best of the people are, if you see them, their faces remind you of Allah. As Ubadah bin Samit narrates, the same hadith Holy Prophet ﷺ stated, Inna khiyara ummati alladhina idha ru'u dhukirallah. Definitely, indeed, the best people of my ummah, the blessed faces, favored faces are, if you see them, their faces remind you of Allah. They create their, seeing of their faces, create Allah's remembrance in your heart. And their lives create Allah's remembrance and nearness in your lives. And their footsteps gives you the signs of right path, the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he narrates, it is in Tabarani, he says that Holy Prophet ﷺ stated, Inna minan nase mafatihun li zikrillah idha ru'u dhukirallah. There are some people who are the keys of Allah's remembrance. There are some people who are the keys keys of Allah's remembrance, who are the keys to Allah's remembrance, leading keys, opening keys. They open your locks of your hearts. How do they open? Just by seeing them, by sitting in their company and by associating yourself with them. إِذَا رُؤُوا ذُكِرَ اللَّهِ. You see them, they open your hearts, and the seeing them becomes the opening of your hearts for remembrance of Almighty Allah. Tabarani and Bayhaqi and many other books of Hadith. Then Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala narrates, أنه قال خياركم الذين إذا ذكروا ذكر الله بهم. The best of the people amongst you are those, if you just see them, their face reminds you, seeing them, their face reminds you of Almighty Allah. You get remembrance of Allah through them, bihim. You get remembrance of Almighty Allah through them. So it is the same thing has been narrated by Sayyidina Sa'id bin Jubair and narrated by Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas too. Abdullah ibn Abbas says, قال رجل يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من أولياء الله. A person came and asked, Ya Rasulullah, who are awliya Allah? Who are awliya Allah? Allah's friends and wali. Holy Prophet said, قال الذين إذا رؤوا ذكر الله. Awliya Allah are those, if you see them, they remind you of Allah. Seeing them creates the remembrance of Almighty Allah in your hearts. Change the fate of your hearts. The same was narrated by Sa'id bin Jubair. قال سئل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن أولياء الله فقال الذين إذا رؤوا ذكر الله. So I have put all of these hadiths in my book Al-Kanz al-Thamin fi Fazilat al-Zikr wal-Zakirin. And next, again, another kind of hadith. Amr bin Jamuh, he narrates on Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, stating, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about some people and said, فَقَدْ اسْتَحَقَّ الْوِلَاءُ مِنَ اللَّهِ. These are the people who are deserving the vilayat from Almighty Allah. These are the people who deserve vilayah, the friendship and vilayat of Allah. And said, وَإِنَّ أَوْلِيَائِي وَحِبَّائِي مِنْ خَلْقِي الَّذِينَ يُذْكَرُونَ بِذِكْرِي وَأُذْكَرُ بِذِكْرِهِمْ. For me, these are awliya and my friends and my beloved friends from my creation, among my creation. These people are my awliya and my ahibba, my beloveds, my mahbubs, my habibs, and my friends, and my walis in my creation. Who? Yuzkaruna bi zikri. If you remember me, my remembrance remind you of them. Uzkaru bi zikrihim, and if you remember them, their remembrance remind you of me. My remembrance leads you to their remembrance, and their remembrance lead you to my remembrance. So it means that their remembrance has become the sole means of my remembrance. Not sole, the major means of my remembrance, and my remembrance has become the means and way of their remembrance. That since their remembrance is the way of my remembrance, that's why I have declared their way of life to be the Sirat al-Mustaqim. So this hadith has been narrated and quoted by Hazrat Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal in his Musnad. And hadith number is 4303. And Imam Tabarani, and Imam Baghawi, and Imam Ibn Abi Dunya. And I have given 13 references of hadith in detail in my book. An Ata bin Yasar,